Hello my loves, how are we? So in today's video we are going to be doing a reading vlog and we are going to be reading 3 books that have come through on my Libby app. The audiobooks have come through and I want to read them before they get snatched away. So let's just get these read. First of all, we have God of Fury by, just dropping all the books, why don't I? God of Fury by Rena Kent. Now I have not read anything from this series, so it's a little bit weird that I'm starting with the 5th book, but I've heard the best things about this book and they are standalone, so you can read them alone. So I'm hoping it doesn't affect my reading experience too much, and also I've never read a dark romance. However, I managed to catch the audiobook for this right as it dropped on my library, and now there are 45 people waiting after me and I've only got 4 days left to read it, so I need to read it ASAP. The second one that we're going to pick up is The Yellow Wife. Now I have been wanting to read this for years. I bought this years ago. I think I got it from, there's a website in the US that sell like discounted books and they put like a dot on it. I can't remember what it's called, Book Outlet or something like that. Back when they used to ship to the UK, I bought this and now they don't even ship to the UK. So that's how long ago I bought it, but I've heard really good things about this. I believe it is set in slavery times, born on a plantation in Virginia. Phoebe Brown has lived a sheltered life, shielded by her mother's position as the estate medicine woman and cherished by the master's sister. She is set apart from the others on the plantation. She'd been promised freedom on her 18th birthday, but instead of the idyllic life she imagined with her true love, Essex Henry, forced to leave the only home she's ever known, she unexpectedly finds herself thrust into the bowels of slavery. Oh, this is going to be heartbreaking. This is going to hurt, isn't it? I don't typically read slavery books. If I read black books, they are typically black joy. I of course have it, so I'm going to read it. And then last but not least, this audiobook came through today. This is Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reid, which is a dystopian fantasy romance, sapphic romance, I believe. I have not heard the greatest things about this book, but I'm hoping I will enjoy it, at least, you know, 3-star at least. It is YA, so hopefully it should be easy to read, and it is a standalone, so not much commitment needed here. And yeah, those are the 3 books that we're going to be reading. All very different books. We have dark romance, we have a historical slavery book, and then we have a dystopian romance. So yeah, very different vibes, but hopefully they'll be good reads. So let's get started. We're gonna start with God of Fury and I will update you guys when I'm a little bit into it. Wish me luck, because I've never read dark romance before. Initial thoughts. There's a lot of names being mentioned that I feel like are the characters from the previous books that I obviously have no context for because I haven't read them, but I'm hoping it won't impact my reading too much. I mean, they're just being named, but I feel like if you had read the previous names, it might make you a bit excited to see them here. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I'm just like, la 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 la. This is starting off crazy already. I'm only 10 pages in, girl. Is this real? Is this like a real book, like right now? Because I can't stop laughing because this is so unhinged. It's actually ridiculous, but I'm also kind of loving it because it's so different to anything I've ever read before. Like, this just doesn't feel real. So Nikolai has fallen instantly in love with Brandon, but it's very much a infatuation. He's just obsessed with him. He's kind of stalking him and it's just getting unhinged. But something just happened and I'm interested to see where it's gonna go from here. I just can't believe that I'm reading this. This is so spicy. Like, this is, wow. It almost feels illegal to be reading this in the daytime. Like, this is extreme. Someone left a comment on my YouTube video recently saying that they love dark romance because it leaves them concerned, confused, and entertained. And I was like, that sums up how I'm feeling right now. I feel like Brandon has some type of inner demons, you know, he's fighting something, he always wants to be in control. I feel like he's in denial about who he is as well. So there's some deeper story here. I'm just not there yet. So I'm hoping we deep dive into who he is soon because I don't know if I can do any more spice. I'm getting ready to go to a dinner with TikTok, but I've been listening to God of Fury all day. And when I tell you, I love them, Your Honor. I love Nikolai. I love the way he loves Bran. Like, he calls him my Bran and like he stalks him. I love it. We're definitely getting more of the tender moments. There's still a lot of spice, a lot more than I typically like, but there is a lot more, you know, banter and tender moments between them. And Nikolai just keeps saying things like, he's so sweet, he's too sweet, he's like a badass gangster guy, you know, mafia air, but he's so down bad for Brandon. I just love it. However, I am about to jump on the train to go to this dinner and I cannot read this on the train. It is very explicit and I feel uncomfortable even reading it at home, so I'm not going to be reading this on the train. So I think I'm going to switch over to Yellow Wife. It's intense spice and I just can't do that on the train. I will just feel like everyone can hear it, and my worst fear is like a spicy scene is going on and my AirPods disconnect or something and everyone hears it. That's like my worst nightmare, so I'm not doing that to myself. But I just wanted to update you guys. I am obsessed with them. I love them together. I love their love. It's very unhinged, it's very possessive, but it's so different to what I usually read that it just is entertaining to me. Before I go, let me just share with you a couple things that Nikolai thinks in his inner thoughts. He said, I'm just obsessed with this man and everything about him. Some would argue it's a lot more dire than obsession. He consumes me, but he also grounds me. I've never felt as mentally strong as when I'm with him. I really, really love it when he checks me out. That way I can take some comfort in knowing he wants me. Not to the point of my utter obsession with him, but I do often catch him watching me lately. And one of my favorite moments that just made me go, oh, they're walking on the street. So obviously Brandon isn't out and he doesn't feel comfortable being in a public relationship with Nikolai just yet. But Nikolai is he's out and he feels comfortable. He wants like a relationship with Brandon, but he basically says in his inner thoughts, I'd love to thread my fingers through his, but that's not an option right now. One day I'll be able to hold his hand on the street. One day. Okay, I need to actually go. I'm running late. Guys, I finished God of Fury and I gave it 4 stars, probably 4.25, but I loved this book. I loved them together. For dark romance, this is actually so cute and so swoon worthy. Like, I gave you guys quotes in the previous clip, but it was just so sweet. Like, their love was just so deep and so obsessive, and because I love seeing people obsessed and in love, and Nikolai and Brandon were just the perfect couple. But it also deals with a deeper topic of not loving yourself, self-loathing and trauma, childhood trauma. There's a lot. It deals with a lot in here, but the love that they shared, I love them, Your Honor. I love them. So much so that I accidentally picked up God of Malice and I'm about 150 pages into this, 170 pages into this. This is a lot darker. This is the first 2 chapters. Wow. Yeah, it's fine because it's fictional. If it wasn't fictional, I'd be horrified and terrified and be straight on the phone to the police, you know, but this is fun because it's fictional and so different to anything I've ever read in my life. And it's nice to get something different, you know, when you're used to cute, fluffy romances all the time, there's like a formula that they follow. Whereas this, I have no clue where it's going. I have no idea. I'm just here for the ride because I've never experienced anything like this before. I kind of want to just binge all of the books in this series because I just love a man obsessed, and it's given me exactly what I want. Killian in this book is a actual psychopath. I think he is one step away from being diagnosed. I think he just hasn't been diagnosed because he hasn't been tested, but he is definitely there. But yeah, this series, I'm having a blast. I'm having so much fun. Honestly, I should not be reading this. This vlog might as well turn into reading dark romance because the other books that I've put on this TBR, my Libby holds, they're gone out the window, babe. I have not even thought about them. I am still reading this and I will update you when I'm a little bit through it, but I think I'm gonna binge God of Malice first because I'm having such a fun time. Hello guys, so I've actually been away for over a week because I ended up in hospital. I'm okay, I'm home now, but I ended up having an infection on my face, in my sinus, and it blew up. Like, my face was so swollen and it wasn't responding to antibiotics. I was on antibiotics for like 3-4 days and it was getting worse and worse and worse. So I got admitted into hospital, and I was in hospital for like 3 days being pumped with antibiotics and painkillers. So hasn't been a fun week for me, but I am back. I don't know if you can tell, but like my face is not still fully healed yet, but I feel well enough to be filming, and I just want to get back to my normal routine, you know. But while I was away, I was of course reading, and I have gone ahead and finished these 2 books. So let me go ahead and share my thoughts. First, let's start with Yellow Wife. So this was traumatic, this was horrific, it was really unpleasant to read and experience because of course it's about slavery. However, and this sounds insane to say, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting, because reading the synopsis, it says she finds herself thrust into the bowels of slavery, and I feel like because she is mixed race, white passing, like she definitely got preferential treatment, and she lived in the big house. I thought she would be like experiencing the worst of slavery, and all of it's bad, of course, all of it's terrible. She's definitely going through a lot. She's definitely being made to do things against her will. It's the most tame experience that I've personally read or watched. It's very well written, and I would definitely recommend this if you are into this genre of books, but I think this is going to be my last slavery book because I just don't enjoy the genre. Next, I read Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reed. Now this, guys, was so fast. Like, I felt like it was almost a middle book in a trilogy. It felt like there was a whole story before this book began, and it felt like there could be a whole story after this book ended, which of course left me very unsatisfied. It just felt like everything happened so fast, like they literally fell in love over the course of 48 hours maximum. If this insisted on being a standalone, I think it should have at least been 500, 550 pages, just to give us a chance to get to know the world and the characters properly. Whereas this honestly felt like the outline of a story without going into the meat and nitty gritty of everything. I ended up giving this a 3 stars, and I feel like it was okay. The potential was there, but in this world it's basically a credit system. So there's this super billionaire rich guy that bought everyone's debts, and now if you hit 500,000 credits, you can nominate someone to be in the Gauntlet, which is basically like a reality TV entertainment show for the world, or for this world. So it was interesting to know that you can rack up 500,000 in debt and nominate your child to go to the Gauntlet, do you know what I mean, rather than you yourself having to face it. It just felt, I don't know, weird. And the whole book I was just waiting for explanation of how the world works, and it decided to go into that explanation at 85% in, and by that point I had just lost a bit of interest. So I wish that bit was explained earlier on in the book. I don't know if I would recommend this book, honestly. I personally wasn't enthralled by it. I find it pretty forgettable. Nothing really stuck in my brain from this experience reading the book, and like I said, it definitely felt like a middle book. It felt like I was missing so much context, and it felt like the ending was so abrupt and open that there potentially could be a second book, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know, do with that what you will, but that is my thoughts on Fable for the End of the World. And that is it for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little reading vlog. It's definitely taken me way longer than I thought it would because of my little hospital stint, but hopefully the reading vlogs will be coming thick and fast now. If you are a dark romance reader, feel free to drop me some recs in the comments, because I obviously have just started my dark romance journey. I don't know where to go from here, and I don't know what's good, so I need all of the recommendations if you don't mind, please. It's so hot today. I'm gonna go read in the garden, so I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.